So I've got to the point where I want to distribute something to my class. So rather than going to the photocopier and copying, a worksheet 20 times, I can just create the worksheet in OneNote and then distribute it to them electronically. And they will all get their own individual copy of this that they can then complete in OneNote. And if you want to, you can go and have a look, and you can see whether they've completed it successfully and mark it or whatever. Or you might just want them to take some notes because it's an exam lesson, or you're teaching them a new topic and you just want them to basically write some stuff down. You just want to provide them with some headings, a structure to their notes, for example. So if we go into the teacher only section, the students won't be able to see what's in here. So I'll be able to build up a bank of resources in here that just remain hidden from my students until I'm ready to send those worksheets out for them to have a look at. So if I want to just add a page in here, it literally is just a case of pressing this add page button at the bottom. You give it a name, for example, and you might ask them to watch a video and make notes. Could be something like that. Now, it could be a worksheet um, that you've already got that you just want to insert as a document, or have them right on top of it or something along those lines. So if I wanted to insert a video at this point, I've got the option across the top here to insert pictures and files, links and audio. If we insert a link to YouTube, for example, or if we just literally copy and paste something in here, it will just embed the file in there for us. So just to show you what I mean, if I go to YouTube, okay, I'll just grab whatever the first video is on YouTube just here. Okay, and all I've got to do at this point is click share, copy, go back to my class notebook, paste that in there, and as soon as I press return, it just dumps that video in there, and I can just watch that straight from within the video. Okay, so it's fairly straightforward. Now I want to get this to my students so that they can actually see it and each have their own individual copy that they can individually edit. So we already know, from looking at the set of folders, that we've got handouts, class notes. These are just the ones when we set this up, we said we just went with the defaults, okay? So all I need to do is highlight, make sure we've highlighted the page we want to send. We go up to the class notebook, and then we have a few options here. We can just click distribute page, everybody will get that copy. We can do an individual distribution and just send it to one person, or we can send it to a group, we can send it to another notebook, or we can just bin it. So I want to send it to all my students, click distribute page, and then a window opens up here on the right. Now it wants to know which of these folders do we want to send it to. I'm just going to put it in the class notes. And then all I need to do is press distribute. And you'll see a percentage bar will appear here, and it's now in the process of copying all of those files over. Now I've only got one student, so it's done it really quickly. If you've got 20, you might want to give it a few more minutes. I've done this live in classes before, and sending it to 20 students normally it takes a minute or two, but you might want to consider distributing bigger pieces of work to bigger groups of students maybe before the lesson begins, so you're not sitting waiting for the sync to take place. And that's it. Now if I look in my students folder in the class notes, they've got a copy of that file which they can now also write on. So that's how you distribute pages of information to your students for them to complete in or out of your lesson.